Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Grounded 2 video. And yesterday, Obsidian have actually released a story trailer video for Grounded 2 that has a bunch to unpack in it. So before we begin, I would just like to say that over 99% of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you haven't, please make sure to subscribe as it'll help me out a ton. And let's get right into the video. Starting off with this shot here, as you can see, this might have actually shown us off of what the future of Grounded 2's map could look like. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the Brook Hollow City Park project image, you can see that there is actually a playground, which could hint at the playground being a future location being added to Grounded 2. And at the very top of the model of Brook Hollow Park, you can see what looks to be a shed, to where we could actually get some of the shed scrapped content from Grounded 1, which could also include the scrapped earwig and silverfish that was supposed to be included from the shed in Grounded 1 as well. So this next part is a blink and you'll miss it moment, but during this section to where they're switching through a bunch of different shots, if you look closely, you can actually see a reoccurring image of this purple symbol. Now, I want you guys to remember this symbol for later, as it will come useful near the end of the video. And whoever this person is, they really do not like Omnin, as they wrote on the wall, "Where did they bury the other teenagers?" as well as cross out Salone's face with a purple marker, which once again, make sure to memorize this stuff as it will come in handy near the end of the video. Continuing the video further down, we can actually see what the teen scabbies are going to look like. As you can see, there is a yellow, pink, blue, and green scabby on the table there. And further down, we actually get to see a glimpse of what looks to be the starting room where the teens wake up at. As you can see, they are woken up in almost these dentist chairs, if that's the appropriate name to call them. And in the very next shot, we have a shot of Pete going down the pneumatic transport system, which appears to be connected in some of the labs and quite possibly Burgle. Then in one of the next shots, we can see the teens exiting a lab in the middle of the park. So this could mean that is the starting area, but there also is demo footage out what looks to be the player starting near the picnic table, which is the bottom left corner of the map. So who knows? And in this trailer, they actually did reveal how we are going to get our buggies. As you can see, they go into an anthill, steal an egg, and then run out of it with the egg in their hand. And another thing I want to point out in this section is the fact that Max appears to be wearing cockroach armor of some sorts with the brown and green on it. So we'll just have to wait and see what its effects are once Grounded 2 gets released. Also, in the very next section, it looks to be that Hoops is actually wearing the tarantula armor, and the whole reason I think this is because of the fact that it gives off almost a jet black appearance, and because of its somewhat bulky nature and the fact that she's pretty much wearing it around her entire body, gives me the impression that this is more than likely the tarantula armor. And like I said earlier, memorize this until the end of the video, because trust me, things are about to get crazy. Going past this section with the dead Omnit worker and the scorpion emerging from the ground, as you can see in this shot with Max and Hoops running away from the praying mantis, we can see that in Hoops' hand she has some sort of blue mighty claw. And I have a reason to believe that this might actually confirm that visual upgrades will be coming to weapons and armor inside of Grounded 2, to where if you upgrade a certain weapon down a certain elemental route, it will turn to that elemental color. And in the next section, we get a better look at the hot biome, the ice cream car, as well as what looks to be a gnat mask on Pete, I believe. And in this next section here, we can spot a few old and new things. Starting off, Hoops is wielding what looks to be a mantis greatsword, which we finally know that it is this weapon right here that P is wielding. A lot of people said this was like some sort of cockroach sword or grass sword, but it turns out it is actually a mantis sword. As seen right above the hilt, it is a mantis figurine, as well as the fact the entire blade is green with the mantis's claw. And finally, for the final section, there is a orc ladybug next to a mixer along with a orc stink bug. And at the very end, there is a mysterious figure wearing some sort of armor with a spicy katana. Now, what is interesting about the figure is, if y'all remember from earlier, like I said, to remember that purple symbol, the helmet that this mysterious figure is wearing is actually the same pattern as that symbol. And not to mention, if you look at this character's wrist, you can see that they are actually wearing the original Scabby from the first Grounded. So this could lead to a high probability that this is the 15 from the kids case. And not to mention, the armor that this mysterious figure is wearing also highly resembles the tarantula armor that Hoops was wearing earlier. So this could mean that this mysterious figure has something to do with the tarantula in the game, quite possibly. Maybe we have to fight an orc tarantula. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because the mask and the symbol look pretty much identical, not to mention the armor looks very similar to Hoops's black armor from earlier. And I'm assuming that black armor is going to be the tarantula armor, because I can't really think of any other insect that would have that dark of a color scheme. And that is going to be all for today's video. If y'all enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe once again, as it'll help me out a ton. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.